Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fade, and you'll listen to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. Another 5 beats, another 5 reviews. And before I get into it, just make sure that you guys check out the donation thing. All right, so I know a lot of people you don't want to donate, of course, but I rarely ask for something like that. In this case, it's because I want to upgrade some stuff for the website, for the forums, and also some things to help me make some YouTube videos, Twitch streams, things like that. So I want to try to start getting into that stuff. So for that, I need a bit of help for that in order to upgrade some things. So go ahead and check. You see the donate button in the menu. It's there, and there's also a thread about it. You can check it out, and it'd be greatly appreciated. Any amount counts, and yeah, let's get it going. Let's help IllMuzik move forward. All right, so let's get started. First up, we've got Beatmaker 80 with Stranger. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Beatmaker 80 with Stranger. All right, so for this one, first of all, I like the kick. I really like that kick. It sounds really dope. It's got a nice thump to it. And I wasn't crazy about the snare pan to the right, but as it went on, I realized, okay, it does fit. Like you did a good job with the spacing and all that stuff in the mix. And I'm not too crazy about the other sounds you have in the beat. But here's the thing. Instead of replacing everything, I was thinking, why not add some kind of like a lead, because around the 30-second mark, you had a little breakdown, and I was expecting you to bring in some piano or something like that. So when you didn't, you just kept it going. So just kind of, the beat just kind of sounded all dry, sort of, and all that stuff. So I'm thinking, like, I was waiting for some kind of lead to come in. So it could be a piano, it could be some kind of synth lead. So you could actually have both, really, and I kept listening to it and thinking that's what you should do. So have some piano, have some synth, bring that in, and then, because what you have right now, it's kind of like it's all background music in a way. You know what I mean? It's like kind of like percussion to drums. You know what I mean? So so try that. Try some piano, synth, and all that stuff, and see if that works. Just a little melody and all that. Nothing crazy, but just something that'll really bring out the beat. Because the kick's good, hat's pretty good. Snare's nice and all that, but the instruments, they're so-so, but I think they're more or less like background instruments. So you need some sort of lead, and that'll make a world of difference. Yeah. All right, so next up we've got Capino with Arena. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Capino with Arena. Now this is really good. I like this beat because you have a good selection of sounds in there. You know, the drum track, but is good and all that. But it's the other sounds you have. I don't know if that's a sample or a synth that you have in the background, that main melody, or whatever. But that really works really well. And you had some random sound come in. It kind of sounded like electric guitar in a way and stuff. But I was thinking that because as it went on, like the beat's good as it is, but I'm just thinking if you want to add something to it, I would say add some electric guitar to it. Just like a little thing to complement it, a little thing, pan to the left or right, whatever, and just to complement the beat and stuff, just to kind of make it a little more edgy or whatever. But for what you have, it's really good. I like it. And actually, probably the only thing to complain about really would be the kick. It sounds really good. It's just that it's a little too compressed, I would say. You know, it's kind of like it thumps good, you know, well, but it's kind of like I don't know, I guess just a compression or something like that. But anyway, yeah, so it's a good beat though. But yeah, if you were to add something else, I would say electric guitar. Try that just to complement what you already have, because what you have, it's a really good beat. All right, so next up we've got Drex with "Gimme Your Tings." Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Drex with "Gimme Your Tings." All right, so for this one, the drums are really rough. I like that. It's got that rough sound, it's raw and all that stuff. I have no complaints on the drums, except for the drum rolls. You know, like I would do away with that because right now, as I'm listening to the beat, it's like it just sounds like it's all over the place. You know, I would say have the drums, the way they are without the drum rolls. And then for the sounds that you have, I think you need to strip it down a bit to have, just to make it a little simpler, because there's a part around, I think it's around 40 seconds where you have, the piano, like a couple seconds where it's just like a little piano, kind of a loop or whatever and stuff. That really caught my ear because that sounded good. I was like, yo, keep that. You can have the piano just by itself like that with the drums. Like just keep that as your main melody. And then try to experiment about bringing in other things like the horns and all that stuff, because you have the other part of the piano, I think it was, and you could bring that in maybe as a change up or something like that, or maybe just to complement the main piano. But I would say just stick with the piano, like I said, the 40-second mark. Just keep doing that all the way through, and then just add in little sounds here and there and stuff. Because the drums are good, they're rough, but they fit well, So yeah, do that. Get rid of the drum rolls for now. And focus on the other stuff, because you could have like a nice little loop there with just that piano. So because some people tend to do that, they throw in a bunch of sounds, but then they kind of get lost a bit, So it's kind of hard when you're working with different things, a lot of different things. So just keep it simple. Just keep with the piano and the drums, and then just add slowly to it, and you should be good to go. All right. So next up, we've got TJ Sounds with "Change." Let's check it out.
It's TJ Sounds.
All right. Okay, so that was TJ Sounds with Change. All right, so for this one, the drums are really on point. I like that. The snare's a little snappy, like a little loud on the snappy end or whatever, but still, it's a good job with that. Nice reverb, of course, and all that. My only complaint with the drums would be the hat, because it's kind of like, I'm not a big fan of when it's just like the kick and snare. It's nice to have a hat in there and some other percussion or whatever, just to liven up the drum track or whatever. But I get where you're going with this and stuff. It's just the whole beat as it is. It just it's very good. It's just that I'm picturing like it's something like an instrumental already for like some song, right? Like some rapper should definitely be on this, but which is fine. I mean, it's just that on its own, the beat, it's like, okay, it's like where you're going with it, you know what I mean? Because when you have vocals on top, of course, like the beat doesn't have to be anything crazy, it doesn't have to be anything special. You can keep it very simple. So in this case, you have like you take the hat out and stuff. It's okay, but it's just kind of like, okay, where you're going with this, That's just my preference, though. But it is good what you did. As far as the other instruments and the piano, especially when that fast piano come in, that sounded really nice. So yeah, it was good on that. But I think mainly the only complaint was the drums. Would just, but that, like I said, that's just my personal preference, not to have just the kick snare parts. Like just bring in some hi hats and. Or even like sometimes it doesn't work when you just have like the hi-hats, let's say in 4/4 time or something. If you just if you double it up, you know what I mean, like that style, you have your kick snare, but then the hat's really fast all the way through. Of course, that livens up the track. So yeah, yeah, that's my only complaint really, but the rest is really good. I like it, although the kick could be a little quieter, I would say, but yeah. But yeah, that's it. It's a good beat though. Good job. All right, so next up we got the Sire Beats with Slip and Slide. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was the Sire Beats with Slip and Slide. All right, so for this one, this is a really good beat. I like this. The drums, no complaints, very on point. They were clean, simple, straight to the point and all that. I wasn't crazy about the flute at the beginning. It kind of sounded like something from like one of those old kung fu movies or whatever. But yeah, it was like not crazy about that flute or whatever. But then when you bring it in with the rest of the music, it's really on point and stuff. And then of course about halfway through, then it just picks up. You just change it up and all that. It just really came through around halfway through and all that stuff. So good job on that. I can hear the keys, the random keys here and there throughout the background and stuff. That really helps, because a lot of times I guess guys, they stick to like the same pattern all the way through and stuff. You know, I mean, I'm guilty of that as well, but it's good to add something just to give it some flavor all the way through the beat. You know, you just add another little key part or something, or guitar or whatever, you know. So good job on that. And yeah, you know, it's just that flute part that threw me off at the beginning, but other than that though, the beat's on point, and it's dope. Yeah. All right, so that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. Keep sending your beats in. I'll keep reviewing them. And my favorite beat is, the winner is, drum roll please, Desire Beats with Slip and Slide. Let's check it out.